Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this lecture video, I am going to give a very brief introduction to the history of English literature. History of English literature, as you can understand, this is the history which deals with the development of literature of a particular area, right? To be more specific, in this context, this is the history about the literature which was produced in the British island, right? Means the history of British literature, and although to some extent it will also include the literary activities happening in the USA. Okay, um, that I mean those things we will learn in the later phase of our discussions. Now, as a part of our introduction to the history of English literature, just keep in mind that the first period in the history of English literature is known as the Anglo-Saxon period or the Anglo-Saxon age. Now probably this is for the first time that you are being acquainted, you are being familiar with the term Anglo and Saxon. So you might have this question in your mind. Okay, what is this Anglo and what is this Saxon? See, these two terms are actually derived from the names of two barbaric group of people, that is the Angles and the Saxons. These Angles and the Saxons, along with another group of people known by the name of the Jutes. Okay, these three groups of people, they invaded the British island around the year 410 AD. Okay, AD means Anno Domini. Anno Domini is a Latin term in English. It means from the time of our Lord or from the year of our Lord. Here Lord refers to Jesus Christ. You can understand. So and so around 400 AD, we are coming to know that around 400 AD, the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes, they invaded the British island. They conquered the British island, and they established their rule on that area. But in this occasion, I would like to draw your attention to a very interesting fact. That is, you might have this question in your mind, that what happened, what was the state of the British island before the invasion made um, by these three groups of people. Now, the thing is that it's not like that all of a sudden Anglo-Saxon period, the first age in the history of English literature, started its journey. Okay, okay. There is a very interesting historical episode even before that. And what was this? This British island, it was once under the colony of the Roman Empire. Okay, and that period is called the Roman British period. See, this is interesting to notice how history repeats itself, right? We all know that our country, India, was once the British colony for almost 200 years. Now, that that land itself was once under the rule of another foreign land. So during that time, it was under the control of the Roman Empire, and therefore the responsibility of safety and security of the British island uh, was with the Roman Empire. So they deployed their army in the British Empire. But what happened towards 400 AD? Uh, so what happened towards 400 AD? There, there erupted civil war inside the Roman Empire. Okay, means in their own land. So what was their priority? Their priority to save their own land. So so what did they do? They withdrew all their armies from the British island and deployed those inside their own land to restore law and regulation inside their own land. Okay, in this point, try to notice one thing, that I'm not using the term country. Okay, instead I'm repeatedly using the land. I'm using the term land, because see, the concept of country is a very modern one. Okay, and the time about which we are discussing right now, during that time the concept of country was not there anyway. So what could be the situation of the British island when the Romans, okay, withdrew their army? Obviously, the British island became defenseless, and since it became defenseless, it became vulnerable, and those three groups of people, they took the advantage of this vulnerability of the British island, and they finally invaded the British island and established their rule. In this way, Anglo-Saxon period began in the British history, and the kind of literature which was produced during that time, okay, those are brought under the rubric of Anglo-Saxon literature, right? In our next lecture video, we will discuss further on it.